Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with Survival Tips Thursday. I said it's a day that I just kind of go over some survival tips for you to take into consideration, and then most of them don't cost much money, and a lot of them don't cost money at all, but it's just to make you aware of some things, just in case, God forbid. Signaling for help. Know how to signal for assistance, such as using mirrors, flags, or lights, or hand signals, stuff like that. Wildlife awareness. Understand how to safely deal with urban wildlife encounters or even rural when you're in rural areas or woods. Bartering skills. Learn how to negotiate and trade goods and services. That's what they used to do in the old days. They might still do that in certain parts of the world. Emergency lighting. Have alternative light sources like flashlights, candles, and lanterns. I always keep stuff like that around. When I get extra money, I always invest it in the things that just in case, to stay ahead of everything. Cooking without electricity. Know how to prepare meals without relying on electrical appliances. I go outside and cook sometimes. We call it barbecue over here, or cookout, or something like that. There's other names for it, but I don't want this. That's good enough right there. Food preservation techniques. Learn methods like canning, drying, or pickling to extend the shelf life of food. Psychological first aid. Understand how to provide emotional support in stressful situations. I talk about, I have different videos where I talk about trauma-related situations and how to deal with it, but you got to go back to my earlier videos. But I rotate, so I'll be bringing that stuff up again. Basic gardening skills. Grow your own food can be a sustainable way to supplement your supplies. I used to do that quite a bit. It's very important to do it. If you have land and you can do that, or have some space, you don't have to even have land. If you have space that you can do that, that's a good thing to do. Self-reliance mindset. Cultivate a mindset of self-sufficiency and adaptability, Knowledge of local resources. Be aware of nearby sources of water, food, and medical supplies. Wherever I move, I try to make sure I move close to some water, because you can always fish if you can't do anything else. I have fishing poles downstairs right now. Conflict resolution skills. Learn how to peacefully resolve disputes in high stress situations. That's one of the things that I try to focus on with this channel, is cultural diversity and learning how to get along with the cultures. That's why I'm reading going through the three major religious texts, because I want to see how the other cultures think. And a lot of what I'm finding out is they're supporting each other. But it's important that there's differences, and that's okay. But learning how to get along with each other, we got to all live on this planet together. It's better to try to get along with each other if we can. Understanding risk assessment. Evaluate potential dangers and plan accordingly for whatever your area is where you're at. Just think about the things that could be hazardous or dangerous wherever you're living. Proper footwear. Invest in comfortable, durable shoes for walking long distances if necessary. That speaks for itself. Basic carpentry skills. Knowing how to make simple repairs to your home or shelter is valuable. Know how to do stuff. I don't care if you're rich or you're poor. Know how to do stuff, because you might need those skills, God forbid. Situational awareness. Pay attention to your surroundings to avoid potential dangers. Budget-friendly DIY projects. Learn how to create necessary items from inexpensive materials. Basic automotive repairs. Familiarize yourself with common car issues and how to address them. Multi-use items. Choose tools and supplies that can serve multi-purposes. You can go to like an inexpensive 5 and dime store and get tools, that you can use for multi-purpose, and it doesn't have to cost you much. Risk management. Assess and mitigate potential hazards in your environment. Improvise heating and cooling. Understand how to regulate temperature using available resources. Learn how to heat and cool, if you don't have electrical sources, you know, learn how to figure out how to do that wherever you're at in your area. Basic knot tying. Learn various kinds of securing, excuse me. Learn various knots for securing items or creating makeshift tools. I used to know how to do knots when I was young, but I forgot. But you could get a diagram and it will show you. Home security measures. Take steps to secure your home against potential threats. That just speaks for itself. Everybody should be prepared for that. Just God forbid. Improvised transportation. Know how to create makeshift transportation methods if needed. I'm going to get me a bicycle. I'm going to get me a bike, you know, because I won't have to worry about if I don't have gas or electric, I can get on that thing and hit it. Anyway, remember to smile this day anyway and reach out to one person at a time, one person at a time, one person at a time. Okay?